Now, narcissists often leave you feeling rejected and unacceptable as a person. But what does it mean to really feel accepted? My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, there's an interesting story about acceptance in the ancient literature of the Old Testament of the Bible. In the beginning of Genesis, we have a story about Cain and his brother Abel, both who brought their offerings to the Lord. The Lord accepted Abel's offering, but did not accept Cain's offering. And now, in the story, we have a conversation between the Lord and Cain. And the Lord asked Cain, "Why are you mad? Why are you angry?" And then he posed this very important question. He said, "If you do well, will you not be accepted?" Now, what's interesting about this is that he didn't mean if you do well, will you not be accepted by the people around you, because there was nobody else around. That's not what he was talking about. The question was posed on an internal basis, speaking to the heart of Cain, saying, if you do well, will you not be accepted within yourself? You see, if we're not careful with this idea of acceptance, we will live trying to find acceptance outside of ourselves from other people, when that is not where our acceptance exists in this life. Our acceptance first must exist in here. No matter what goes on and what's being said about us out here, we have to do well enough to know that we accept ourselves. And many of us coming out of toxic relationships, myself included, we felt rejected, we felt unacceptable as human beings. And the reason is because we don't accept ourselves or our own conduct, having been in those toxic relationships. And I know some of you are saying, no, Kevin, I conducted myself very good. I gave and I gave and I gave until I had nothing else to give to that toxic person. And that toxic person is the one that shouldn't be accepted. That toxic person is the one. The reality is that what you find unacceptable, the reason you feel rejected, rather, and why you feel unacceptable is because you cannot accept yourself for having been in that toxic situation. And you did put yourself in a situation where it's unacceptable. Because that toxic relationship has nothing to do with who you are as an individual. It had nothing to do with your calling or your purpose in this life. And yet you were in it. You were staying in it. You were giving in it. You were so far off of your path of who you were supposed to be in this life that you walked away feeling rejected because you don't recognize who you are anymore. You lost acceptance of yourself by relying on it from outside. Listen, we're not created to live solely on the acceptance of others. Community is important, yes, but community is there for the benefit of having assistance and having help. Nowhere is it ever written that community is supposed to tell us who we are and how we're supposed to feel emotionally. This is a cultural thing that has taken place and has swept the entire nation, the globe, and the world. This is the be a part of something, be a part of a group, be accepted by this mindset or that mindset, otherwise you're nothing. But what we see here is that if you want to feel accepted, if you want to feel like you are an acceptable person, you first must feel accepted to yourself. And how do you do that? If you do well, you do good. If you can walk away from every situation that you're in life saying, I did good. And again, I want to go back real quick to saying, but I did do good in the toxic relationship. No, if you did good, you wouldn't have been in the toxic relationship. We got to stop being with toxic people and calling it good. But I'm loving them, Kevin. I'm loving them. No, that's not good. There's nothing good about loving a toxic person. There's nothing good about that. When the Bible says to love your enemies, it doesn't mean you hang out with them every day. It doesn't mean you sleep with them. It doesn't mean you cook for them. It doesn't mean you drink with them. It doesn't mean you party with them. That's not what it says when it's talking about loving your enemies. Loving your enemies simply means that you will assist them if they need help, but then you leave and you do not enmesh your lives with them. We've got to stop thinking that love means enmeshing your life. You do not do good for yourself or for anybody when you become enmeshed with toxic people. So if you want to feel good, if you don't want to feel rejected, then do good by yourself first. Do well by staying on your path in life. Do well by staying in your purpose in life. Do well by enforcing your boundaries, by walking in your integrity and in your value. And if people are rejecting you based on who you are, it won't affect you. It won't affect you. There's people right now watching this who reject me talking with you, who reject this, who reject the royal we. I care not. Because I accept what I'm doing. I accept being here before you. I accept this, and therefore, I feel well. I'm doing well. I feel accepted. Not because of what other people are saying, not because the thumbs down this video is going to get. I don't care about that. I know when I turn this camera off that I can feel well about what I've just said. Does this make sense to you? And this is how we are to conduct our lives. And this is what being accepted is all about. Accept yourself first, and you won't have to deal with narcissists, right? But it's when you're looking for acceptance outside of yourself that you're going to find nothing but toxicity. You're going to find nothing but rejection because you have not accepted yourself and accepted your true responsibilities and your true passions and your true calling in this life. Accept that, and you will be accepted. If you do well, will you not be accepted? Yes, you will. Listen, I want to be a part of your healing journey. Down below, you can schedule one-on-one coaching sessions with me. We could have a telephone call. We could have a FaceTime or WhatsApp call, or you can request a sponsored video where I speak into your specific situation. Also, down below, you'll find access to the Royal We Live chat Monday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Saturday mornings is Royal We Fellowship, an in-depth biblical exploration as it pertains to this world of toxic narcissistic abuse. You can find the links to all of this and much more down below in the description box. So head on down there, start clicking the links, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.